Alright, you have made it to Nansen's Stormwatch. This sturdy building could withstand a severe Arctic winter. It's crammed with sophisticated scientific equipment, yet the camp seems to be abandoned. We found a note left by Nansen and his coworkers. The expected cold is hard to predict. It will be way below any temperature ever recorded on Earth. Gale Force 10 as the jet stream seems to abate on descent. Afterwards, the climate shall start improving slowly. We're moving towards this apocalyptic storm to confirm our predictions. Farewell, and may God protect you. Let's take the technology. So nothing else to explore here. They've headed towards the storm, but haven't given us enough information to check it out ourselves. We'll go to Camp Meteor with these guys. They can turn to the icy caves, and these guys can head down to the fortified hut, I suppose. Alright, let's get some people working here. Alright, scouts have returned to the city. You guys head down here to Camp Compass. You head here to the ice caves. Oh, and you should be making sawdust meals. Not that we really need to be making sawdust meals with that kind of surplus. Maybe that's the thought. How much food are we making in a day? We are making 400 raw food. If I doubled it, it would be 800 rations. Is it best to keep everyone working in heated buildings just to keep them from their cold homes? Maybe, but I definitely don't have enough work sites for everyone. Yeah, so if we just doubled rather than tripled, that'd be 800 rations a day, and we have 600 people, so we can survive at this point. And we could have survived for the past age on standard meals rather than sawdust meals, and that will also help with sickness. Assuming they ever get to normal meals. No, they have been eating the standard meals that exist. So that's good. They probably eat the standard meals before they eat the sawdust meals, hopefully. If not, that's on them. Wow, we have so many sick. Engineer automatons researched. Cool, this whole page is done. This whole page is done. House redesign. Why not? Let's build another infirmary. Where am I going to get this automaton from? I think I pulled them off of all of this coal production. Suppose I could pull them off of food. Oh, the cookhouse. Yes. Not this one, the other cookhouse. Here. And then we'll have that automaton work here. Alright, you have made it to the ice caves. Numerous frozen bodies lie on the cave floor. They must have run out of fuel for their stoves. By the dead bodies, we have found many crates filled with papers, a testimony of the extensive research dedicated to fluctuations of the Earth's magnetic field. It's too heavy to understand by our scouts and too heavy to bring it to the city. Then there's nothing to do here. We'll carry on. Do you have any resources on you? No. I guess head to the fortified hut as well? Oh, okay. We're starting to get frost here, so let's dismantle the outpost. And you head back home. Before the outpost freezes. So that is the last of our cores. Is this one that's being brought back. You made it to Camp Compass. You also can head out here to the fortified hut. There might still be some locations to scout, but I think we've basically reached the end. Oh, and we've got homelessness. Build some more tents. Back here. More than enough. We'll replace you with another guardhouse. Yeah. Yeah. Just checking, nothing new. Get some people working there. No more homelessness problems. House redesign is finished. Hunter's gear. Okay, you made it to Camp Meteor. The camp is built around a large hole in the ice. It might be the impact crater of a meteorite. There's a block and tackle attached to the top of the steel framework built over the hole. We've searched the remains of the camp. This must have been some scientific operation dedicated to the research of whatever punched this hole in the ice. Now the place is deserted and there's nothing of value to be found here. Large crater and scattered convoy. Head quickly to the scattered convoy. You get here to the large crater. One sick person who's just choosing... Oh, they're in prison. Okay. I was like, they're just choosing not to go to the infirmary? You're in prison. I can't help you with that. You should have made better life choices. Patrol. Propaganda. Can't do it yet. You made it to the fortified hut. The fence that surrounds the Arctic hut has been destroyed, shattered as if a pack of wild animals went through it. An ill-fated project. Scientists who built this station designed it to withstand the Arctic climate, but they clearly underestimated the fierce Arctic fauna. The doors and windows have been bashed in by heavy blows, letting inside the cold and snow. Scientific and life support equipment froze and burst, dooming the base and its inhabitants. Well, let's take the technology. I guess go home with the technology. Hopefully these don't spread out further, because I think we need to start getting people going home. You have made it to our home. So let's go to this and disband. Okay, one of our scouts and outposts is returned. 3 more to go. You, scattered convoy. The convoy's vehicles have been damaged by heavy blows. The snow is trodden and stained with what seems like buckets of blood. Inside damaged crawlers, we found several dead bodies. Few of them are torn apart like they were partially eaten by some beast. Polar bears, we think. We'll never know for sure what happened here, and there's nothing useful for us to salvage from this gruesome place. Carry on. Okay, you have nothing left to explore. So... go to the large crater. In case there's more branching off from there. I'd rather have a couple of scouts available. We've got our last steam core. Hungry mother. Sir, a woman has come to plead with you. She wants more food rations, but the cooks say that she's already had her allowance. I beg you, Captain, the woman says, in a trembling voice. Your men mean well, but they must have made a mistake. I need 2 rations, one for me and one for my sick child, please. Discontent will rise if I give her 2 rations. I won't bend the rules. Hope will fall slightly. Have 2 rations. Discontent rises a bit. Propaganda. Alright, temperatures are rising. That's fantastic. 53,000 coal. That's just absurd. We have to prepare if we want to stand a chance. How will we manage against this monstrosity? Would be nice to store up a bit more food. We're reaching the cap there. Food theft causes riots. Sir, we've investigated the discrepancies between the raw food use and the output of the cookhouse. It turns out that the cooks are stealing the food. People are furious. We caught 2 thieves. They say they wanted to secure their families before the storm shuts down the food supply. We're not going to banish them. Post guards to supervise the cooks, or I won't address this now. Discontent will rise considerably. Cooks will keep stealing food. Post the guards. Let's build a handful of more resource depots to store more food. Large crater. It's hard to judge the crater's size from a distance. Its vastness only becomes apparent up close. The camp is empty. So many sick and hungry? Yeah. Lost without a trace. The crater is fresh, with broken ice around the rim. We searched the camp for clues up to the scientist's fate and found none. Everything's in order, but not a perfect order. It looks like they went out to do something and didn't return. Maybe they tried to descend into the crater and got lost in the maze of broken ice, or got caught up by a blizzard, or both. Let's grab the technology. No new locations, so head on back. And you head back as well. That is all of our locations explored. Let's research hunting tactics. Yeah, that's so much sick. Alright, you have reached the city. That is fine. Find our beacon back here and disband those scouts. I have another steam course. Let's build another infirmary and then I'll figure out where to grab from. That one is not in a heated zone. Let's tuck it back here, I guess. Okay. Probably from our second wall drill. Because I have an absurd amount of wood already. Oh, we're also maxed on coal, actually. I'll just build more depots. Flying hunters. Over here seems like a fine place. Okay. Lots of capacity for sick, which is going to be needed.
Work day is up. Return your tools.
Yeah, these aren't even working because capacity is full and I just don't care enough. Okay, scouts return to the city. We disband the scouts and yeah. So we got advanced coal mine and some other tech maybe. So they always just grab a tech we don't have, which is cool enough. Preparations finished. The people you saved barely managed to reach the city in time. At least we have a critical supply of food ready. There's not much time left. We should use it to prepare whatever else we can. After the storm hits, there'll be nothing we can do but wait it out. Doom-mongering drunks. Sir, a dozen or so people got drunk and took to the streets. They were chasing after women, yelling that we should have some fun before the storm kills us all. What should we do with them? Send them home. They'll be sent to sober up, but their doom-mongering will affect hope and discontent. Yeah, it's fine. We'll just keep using our patrols and propaganda center. And now we wait, basically. I'm going to stop with the 24-hour shifts on research. I'll keep doing some foremans. I think that is reasonable. Flying hunter gear. Sure. But let's try and keep my discontent as good as I can. Meanwhile, we just wait. Nothing else to do. Alright, that is, I think, this page done. So if I'm not mistaken, I have fully researched 3 of the pages. So now we'll head down resources. I've researched advanced coal mine without researching regular or steam coal mines because of that technology. Neat. Wall drills.
Workday is up.
It's amazing how quickly we shift between having, 120 sick back to none, because we're plowing through our sick super quickly, but then every time night hits, we just get an insane number of sick. What's our coal looking like? We're still bringing in like 2,000 surplus daily. Food, we're still bringing in extra. Not as much since we took the automatons off of cooking it. Oh no, that was the sawdust meals. When we changed from sawdust meals to standard, our food production dropped, which is fine. We still don't have any heaters running. Wood and steel are fine. Sick status. No deaths. Lots of vacant beds, actually. That's fine. Let's do another patrol and more propaganda. Okay. Advanced wall drill. I don't know why I'm trying to max out the technology. I just feel like doing it. Repairs at work. So the people employed at this workshop refuse to work today. They intend to spend the entire shift praying. We've been working like madmen, sir, but there's only so much we can do to prepare. Let's face it, this is the end of the world, though through prayer we can find the hope of deliverance, whatever happens. Yeah, you can have the day off to pray. Let's see, how many locations are overtime? 10. Is there an easy way to find them? Most of them are going to be our workshops. Let's reduce their hours. Okay. Probably gathering posts would be the other likely group that I would have lots of hours on. Okay, perfect. Let's go to here, discontent. Yeah. Overcrowded medical facilities. I have like 10 infirmaries and there are 17 sick people. How are you overcrowded? What's wrong with you people? Hours at work or hours not freezing at home? True. Advanced wall drill researched. Good. Coal mine. That's something I theoretically could use. I'm not going to, but I could. How many more days do we have? 2.5 days. Till the storm hits. Ah, there. Fight over supplies, sir. An argument erupted between some workers last night. Some of them wanted a portion of the resources their facility produces so they can prepare for the storm. It came to blows, and though nobody was seriously injured, tensions are running high. Keep me updated. We have basically max hope and minimum discontent. And people are still freaking out. What do you want from me? Yeah, I'm not going to put someone in there. That is really cold. How will we manage against that monstrosity? A mob storms the stockpiles. Sir, a crowd of terrified people has stormed the stockpiles and started plundering our supplies. We managed to fight them off, but they demand wood for heating and to reinforce their homes. We need 1,400 wood to supply everyone. Sure, here's 1,400 wood for you guys. Enjoy. Then we will take an automaton off steel and put it onto wood to recoup those losses.
No time to waste. We've got work to do.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't think there's really anything I can do. Steam coal mine. Oh, right. I can probably run these again? Yes, I can. Where's the propaganda center? Here. That one's not ready yet. We're already max temperature? We are. Currently, temperatures are reasonable. Like, Chile is where I often leave houses, even on runs where I'm not being dumb about it. Look at this, up to 120 sick. Temperatures are dropping even more. But our infirmaries are getting through patients in just a handful of hours. So it's like, whatever. Within like 6 hours into the day, because usually the sick people get sick during the night, and so this will just fall off within a couple of hours during the day, and then we won't have any more sick anymore. Just that speed of being able to go through our sick is just crazy. Another patrol, more propaganda. And I won't deal with the prison. Doesn't do enough to justify people not being able to get to an infirmary. We're getting some discontent because people are cold at home, shockingly. I mean, it's a bad situation, it's scary regardless, but you keep giving everyone the things they demand, so I wouldn't be too scared to live in this city. I mean, it's gotta be terrible living in -80 Celsius in homes that are considered cold. And within the next couple of days, we're gonna drop from cold down to freezing in their homes, and that's bad news. Speaking of... the storm hits the city. A howling gale bursts upon the city, and the generator creaks and groans under the weight of the wind. Pale faces turn towards the rattling windows. Trembling lips utter words of prayer. The cold will be brutal. Hunting is impossible. The soil in the hothouses will freeze. We'll have to make do with the food we've stockpiled. The city must survive. Survive the storm. We've prepared well for the coming storm. Now all that's left is to survive until it passes. Temperatures dropping each day. Get back to researching, people. This is a critical, important task that I need you to do. These researches will save us. Okay. So these don't work. These don't work because they're cold. Yeah. More of the same. Let's keep going. Yeah, so these are now very cold, not actually freezing. Mild frostbite. A citizen became gravely ill. The dangers of the cold frostbite. One of our people has become gravely ill due to frostbite. This will keep happening if people have to work in such cold. I don't think it's the working conditions that are the problem. I think it's the living conditions. Charcoal kilns. Oh, there's another drop there. I thought that was going to be basically the end, but... no, I think that's hopefully the final level. Let's see, this will be -100, -110, -120, and then briefly I think it goes even deeper to -150. But then I think right afterwards is where the temperature rises. Okay, homes are now freezing. We've got everyone being sick, but we're just chewing through them in our infirmaries. There's our charcoal kilns researched. Charcoal kiln thermostat. Keep researching. That will save the day. Losing a limb, one of our people has had to undergo an amputation. Working in the freezing cold left him with such severe frostbite that there was no other choice. We must do something? I've already signed both those laws. And there's prosthetics there. He just took the prosthetic from our pile that we have. There. Everyone is now in the infirmaries. 600 people are freezing. Yikes. But everyone is going through treatment. Another amputee, so they'll get another prosthetic. Temperatures drop even more. Keep researching. You can do it. I believe in you. Yeah, automatons are saving the day, though. Like, if we had to have people working in these, it just wouldn't work. Oh, let's turn the heaters on them while we're at it. We don't want cold infirmaries. And we've got tons of coal. Yeah. I don't think there's anyone in... Let's just turn on all the heaters. Why not? What are these? I don't even know. Oh, those are more gathering posts. Sure. Let's get people having warm places to work. Including in our towers. Want to make sure I'm not heating up the automaton locations, because those super don't matter. Hothouses don't matter. These are workshops, yes. Heat those up. I think that's everything. Probably. Cookhouse, yes. Heat it up. Pub. It didn't even make any difference at all. Industrial hothouse doesn't need to be heated. What are these? Are these workshops? Yes. Heat the workshops. Okay. We'll have people working in warmer conditions. Oh, someone died. Can't be helped. Oh, I need more research. Right. Sawmill. Don't want to miss out on this prime research time. Severe frostbite. We probably are going to run out of prosthetics by the time we get to the end. Yep, we're now up to negative 120. Sir, one of our engineers has come crashing through the door while whiteface demanding to see you. I've run the calculations with the new data. The storm will pass in a couple of days, but the temperature just before the end will drop drastically. Nothing can protect us from such cold. Panic is starting to spread. The people are losing all hope. We have to stay strong. Your tents will keep you insulated. Trust me. If only we could have figured out how to build houses. Nobody will have hands to build new prosthetics. Yeah, but we have research so that our automatons can build prosthetics. And automatons can build more automatons. People aren't actually needed in the city anymore. People refuse to work. So a group of people employed at the gathering post refused to work today. They say that they want to spend their final hours with their families. What shall we do? You can stay home, but I think the gathering post is warmer than your home. But, you know, your call. Sawmill researched. Steam sawmill. You can use your prosthetic hands to build prosthetics. Exactly. These are just a bunch of whiners. Everything's fine. How many deaths are we up to? Can I find where our... 6. Massive city, and we've only had 6 deaths. 10 people just suddenly died. I stand corrected. Frozen family. So the family living in this house, they're all dead. They were found huddled in tight places, under the beds, behind wardrobes, next to each other, some partially undressed. All of them froze to death. May they rest in peace. Apparently the tents aren't warm enough. Just go to the infirmaries, people. Panic spreads. Sir, even more people have abandoned their workplaces. They're completely petrified. Many of them don't believe we'll make it. This time, the entire staff of this workshop refused to go to work. Let them stay home. You guys want to freeze at home rather than staying warm in the workshop? That is your call. I think it's a silly choice. But you are free to make it. Freedom here. Sawmill upgrade. We're not going to get through all the technology, sadly. Desperate father, miracles happen. Sir, it's a miracle. The man who went looking for his daughter is back. He brought her with him. He says he found her as soon as after leaving the city, but then they got lost and had to wait for a lull in the blizzard to find their way back. They're both exhausted and frostbitten, but very happy. It's negative 120. What lull in the storm did you think you found? I'm glad to hear that. Check that out. We're down to only 100 people in the infirmaries. Panic spreads. Sir, even more people have abandoned their workplaces. They're completely petrified. Many of them don't believe we'll make it. This time the entire staff of this gathering post has refused to work. Alright. You can freeze at home. Alright. Sawmill range extension and large resource depot are last. We'll go with the large resource depot. Wow, I thought they'd be dead already. Nope, they're just going into the infirmary to heal up and then getting kicked back out to freeze at home. I mean, the rest of the city, ultimately, like, the infirmaries... Oh. That's gonna be a problem. The infirmaries were the warmest place in the city. Everyone hug the generator. It's your only hope. Fear of the storm. Work ceases. Sir, most of our people have abandoned their workplaces to stay home with their families. Only the medical facilities are still functioning. The city holds its breath, waiting for whatever the end will bring. We have to stay strong. Just hold out. Hope is gone. Discontent is bad, but not terrible. There is no hope. Negative 150. Do you know how cold that is? The storm ends. The wind dies down. The temperatures finally start to rise. An eerie silence descends on the city. Discontent drops. Hope quickly rises. We didn't see the final temperature, but... We survived! We made it! It's over. I can't believe it. It's finally over! We have survived the negative 150 storm. We started as a small society. Some refugees. 80 people. No food. Old habits. First, we put our children to work. Parents lost their children. Not sure what it means by parents lost their children. I don't think we had any children die. Well, probably at the end we did. And every day was a struggle, so we adapted. That ring of resources around the outside. Prisons, watchful guards, work oversight, morning gatherings. Yet I think we haven't crossed the line. Nice. I always like to avoid crossing the line. Order gave us strength. We survived. So no terrible laws. 662 people survived at -30°C is our new resting temperature. I didn't see the pop-ups for the achievements, but I'm assuming I got them. I didn't have any hunters' huts, and I didn't build any bunkhouses or houses, so should have got it. Anyway, thanks everyone for being here. I hope you enjoyed. I was thinking this stream would only be about 4 hours, but it looks like we've been going on for 6 hours, so I am in need of lunch. And I guess that'll be it for today. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to drop a follow if you haven't yet. And yeah, I will see you guys for my usual streams, which are Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. This was just an extra bonus stream for the Twitchiversary. People think that the last thing, New London, is Frostpunk 2. Yeah, it's quite possible. I don't think we've heard what the city is. And I assume Frostpunk 2 will likely have multiple scenarios like Frostpunk 1 did. So it wouldn't surprise me if at least one of them is continuing New London, since that's the primary scenario. But I guess we'll see. See you all next time when we stream again.